This is Ndtv, and you're watching Classics.
On Talking Heads today, we are delighted to have with us Aruna Roy, a leading social activist of the country, who's just been awarded the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for Community Leadership. Aruna, of course, has spearheaded the whole campaign for the right to information in India, and she's just got this very prestigious award. Aruna, thank you very much for coming in today. First of all, what was your initial reaction when you learnt about this award? And I believe you hesitated for some time before you actually accepted.
The first reaction was hesitation. It's too big an award, and I've always believed that social action is a collective process, and to be singled out to receive an award for social action has always been a source of discomfort. And for a long time I've thought about it, and I've also stated that it doesn't reflect the nature and the quality of work that goes into change. So the first time I heard it, I thought it was being given to the MKSS. So my reactions were different. But subsequently I knew it was being given to me.
Did you actually speak to the foundation?
The foundation called me.
Yes.
So there was a dilemma in me. And because you know the Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan and every process that I've been involved in, we are democratic in our decision making. So I asked for 48 hours and we sat and discussed it in a number of meetings. And so the decision to take it has not been my decision. It's been a collective decision in which I was told that the MKSS could only recommend or suggest that I take the prize or award, because it was given to me for a period from 74 to 2000, in which I worked with several organizations and several groups. So ultimately they advised me also that I should take the award.
What was the clinching argument finally in your own mind?
The clinching argument was that if you believe in a collective, and in a collective which is democratically functioning, and then they tell you in a fair majority, if not in an absolute majority, that you should take it, then you must abide by that decision.
The whole world, of course, now knows about Aruna Roy, the crusader for causes, but very few of us actually know about your childhood, your formative years. So tell us a little about the formative influences of your life that you think have shaped your personality.
I don't attribute everything to genetic reasons. I think we all are different, not only because of genetics, but because of socializing forces. And I have been very fortunate to have parents who've been very fearless in their lives for causes that they thought were right. My father fought caste, and he never kowtowed to anything that he thought was ethically wrong all his life. And he taught us to be fearless. And the only fear he said we should ever have is when our conscience doesn't agree to something. Otherwise, he never admitted that there should be anything outside the social environment about which we should be afraid, including social ostracism or norms of etiquette that said you were wrong. If you felt it was ethically right, he felt you should do it. And my mother, and of course both my parents, my father was of course educated, he was a lawyer. My mother also did her post-graduation in mathematics, and so they married late, and so I was born to them when they were very much, she in her mid-20s and he in his mid-30s. And she also is a very fearless and a very progressive person. And they do not believe in any of the traditional taboos or limitations that have bound families in Tamil Nadu. They are both from Madras. I'm a Tamilian. So they have both educated all of us, my sisters and my brother, to be fearless and to go to follow our conscience and work for anything that we thought was right. And also, it was a very democratic household because we were not forced to do anything that we didn't quite want to do. Everything was discussed, debated.
Tell us something about your experiences at school and college, the experiences that perhaps shaped the kind of fighter that you've turned out to be.
In the schooling years, the 2 years that really stand out as very different are the 2 years I spent in Kalakshetra in Adyar, Chennai, originally Madras, and now in Tiruvannur. At that time it was in Madras in Adayar. My father had been to Shantiniketan 1920 to 22 when he was in his 10th, 11th year, and he had studied with Robi Babu and with C.F. Andrews. So he felt that Indianizing his children was very important, so he sent me off to Kalakshetra. Those 2 years were very important years because they taught me and put me through a process of learning which was very different. You know, spinning and weaving and dance and music and arts and also proper schooling, and all the Indianizing traditions that were there, serving food, sitting on the floor, washing your own plate, washing your own clothes, etc. And I think somewhere deep down that is also has influenced me, not in the work that you see today, but in the totality of my personality, it's somewhere there.
What determined your choice for going in for the Indian Administrative Service? I mean, what was the especially motivating factor that made you join the service?
You see, I was very clear that I just didn't want to get married, you know, which was in my time one of the essential and primary goals of all women. So since I did not want to get married and stay at home and look after a family, I mean, I had to choose a profession, and I wanted not to teach. I taught for 1 year and I didn't quite like it. So I wanted to do something else, and with the Indian Administrative Service you appeared for an exam and you passed. So you didn't really have to go around hunting and asking for favors. So it appealed to me that you could just sit and appear and then pass, and if you do pass then you get a job. But I had no highfalutin notions about the IAS in that sort of sense. I didn't think it was something extraordinary, and when I went to the academy, to be quite frank, I thought we were very, very ordinary mortals.